today. Musk now asking a federal tech check. It is getting spicy now, Steve.
Yeah, Carl, spicy to say the least, with Musk ramping up this lawsuit.
The View, once a platform for audacious viewpoints and intense discussions, is now in utter turmoil following a surge of over 30 defamation claims. Whoopi Goldberg, the show's candid anchor, had long maintained that her celebrity status afforded her sanctuary while criticizing individuals ranging from Elon Musk to the Trump family. However, notoriety did not suffice to protect her from the ensuing legal turmoil. Unregulated comments escalated into numerous lawsuits. Sponsors commenced to dissociate themselves. Before long, the platform that had previously flourished on controversy was deteriorating under its own burden. The fundamental inquiry is, how did everything disintegrate so rapidly?
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president.
Over the top, it was like making everyone uncomfortable.
Really?
It was really over the top. You know, I mean, I think like sort of a passing joke of like, you know, a few passing jokes are fine, but they twisted the knife big.
Whoopi Goldberg's run on The View was anything but unremarkable. Renowned for her impassioned opinions, larger-than-life persona, and ability to provoke controversy, she commanded the discourse for years. But over time, her bold, and at times reckless, statements did more than fuel heated conversations. They started to generate real-world repercussions.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you've been calling him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know.
Whoopi Goldberg acquired a reputation for taking daring shots at high-profile personalities, making it a trademark feature of her on-air presence. She consistently confronted Elon Musk over his alleged selfishness and portrayed him as entirely disconnected from reality, never avoiding controversy.
But apparently, his wife has different thoughts on the reproductive rights after posting this video plugging her memoir.
The Trump family was a frequent target of Whoopi Goldberg's sharp tongue. She didn't hesitate to accuse them of shady dealings and intricate schemes. But she didn't stop there. She even made outlandish claims about country star Carrie Underwood, alleging the singer was covertly pulling strings behind the scenes in the entertainment world. And of course, Joe Rogan wasn't spared either. Whoopi criticized him for propagating what she called hazardous falsehoods, naming his podcast reckless and destructive to the public. At first, it looked like Whoopi could say whatever she wanted without experiencing actual consequences. She was an established figure with decades in the entertainment world, and her bold, controversial takes had earned her a household name. In her perspective, fame was a shield, one that insulated her from the kind of backlash that would kill an ordinary person's career. Being a significant voice on daytime television, she presumably believed she could express her truth without worrying about the implications. But she miscalculated badly. Many of her allegations weren't just controversial. They were irresponsible, unfounded, and at times, flat out wrong. She shouted charges without confirming the facts or considering the very real repercussions.
If I believe I have the right to make up my mind to go perform someplace, I believe they have the same right.
Of course.
And so
That's
I have
true.
to, I have to support.
And while she may have assumed her celebrity position made her untouchable, she miscalculated the strength of the people she was targeting. Because this time, they fought back. When the lawsuits started flooding in, more than 30 in total, Whoopi's image of invincibility collapsed. Figures like Elon Musk and Carrie Underwood had the wherewithal to take legal action on a level she certainly never imagined coming. And as the dispute grew, the inevitable happened. The legal floodgates opened. It was evident that her views weren't going to be left unchallenged, especially when her targets had the capacity to come back in full force.
So then the bakery has a press conference where they say, we've been in business for 150 years. This is not what happened at all. We don't discriminate against anybody regardless of anything.
First on the list, Elon Musk. For months, Whoopi Goldberg had made him one of her favorite targets, hitting shots at everything from his commercial pursuits to his personal life. She painted him as out of touch, egotistical, and unworthy to wield the influence he possessed. What started as sharp-tongued banter quickly crossed the line into something more damaging, and Musk had had enough. As one of the most prominent figures in tech, Musk wasn't going to let bogus charges slide. With a legal team as powerful as his riches, he hit back. Whoopi rapidly found that throwing punches at someone with the resources to fight back wasn't as easy as she believed. What began as off-the-cuff insults turned into a full-scale court struggle, revealing that even celebrity status wasn't enough to shelter her from major consequences. Next came the Trump family. Known for their fiery rhetoric and strong legal techniques, they thought they'd hit their limit with Goldberg's claims. What started as personal insults grew into claims of conspiracy, manipulation, and even criminal behavior. These weren't just offhanded remarks, they were potentially harmful to their public image and reputation. Donald Trump, in particular, has never been one to back down from a confrontation. If you take a shot at him, you'd best be ready for the counterpunch, and that's exactly what occurred. Backed by a powerhouse legal team, the Trump family launched their own defamation lawsuit against Goldberg, making it plain that no one, not even a famous name like Whoopi, could attack them without incurring real consequences.
If I believe I have the right to make up my mind to go perform someplace, I believe they have the same right.
Of course.
And so
But the true shock? Carrie Underwood. Of all the superstars Whoopi had taken aim at, few anticipated the country music artist to be the one to push back. But when Goldberg insinuated that Underwood was secretly pulling strings in the entertainment industry, manipulating award presentations and influencing artists' careers, it crossed a line. Known for her strong voice and solid reputation, Underwood wasn't about to let false speculation damage her name. She replied with legal action, seeking millions in damages. This wasn't just another celebrity spat. It was about defending her brand and making it clear that reckless charges wouldn't go unpunished. But one of the most dramatic moments in The View's disintegration came when Whoopi Goldberg found herself in a battle with Joe Rogan. What started as a relatively modest disagreement about a Staten Island bakery spiraled, like so many of Goldberg's controversies, into something much bigger. And this time, she wasn't only experiencing opposition. She was facing an all-out war.
Then the bakery has a press conference where they say, we've been in business for 150 years. This is not what happened at all. We don't discriminate against anybody, regardless of anything.
The dispute started when Whoopi Goldberg accused a tiny, family-owned bakery of discrimination. She said they had refused to take her order because of her political opinions, claiming that their decision was influenced by ideological bias rather than business policy. But the bakery wasted no time setting the record straight. They emphasized that the real reason they couldn't fulfill the order had nothing to do with politics. It was a simple mechanical issue with their boiler. Despite their correction, the harm had already been done. Whoopi's statements generated uproar, placing the bakery under extreme public scrutiny and dragging them into an undeserved whirlwind of controversy. Enter Joe Rogan. Known for his outspoken thoughts on politics and scandal, he was an unlikely but formidable adversary for Whoopi Goldberg, and he wasn't about to let her thoughtless statements slip. Rogan wasted no time calling her out, accusing her of spreading misinformation, not just harming the bakery's reputation, but also taking an unwarranted dig at his own character. Never one to back down, he grabbed the occasion to hold Goldberg accountable, and his legal team followed suit. They attacked her with a slander case, saying that her harsh rhetoric had harmed his public image. But what made Rogan's response even more potent wasn't simply the lawsuit, it was his influence. With millions of passionate followers and one of the most successful podcasts in the world, Rogan's reach was unrivaled. His followers instantly rallied behind him, reinforcing his message and piling even more pressure on Goldberg and The View. Unlike many other celebrities, Rogan didn't just strike back behind the scenes. He utilized his big platform to expose what he called Goldberg's hypocrisy, making sure the public knew exactly what was happening. His countersuit wasn't merely a legal action, it was a message. With his fan following standing firmly in his corner, what could have been a simple celebrity spat evolved into a full-scale public spectacle. And if you thought Elon Musk's takedown was savage, just wait, because this saga is far from over.